A little bit closer, Stu continues to pace around the surrounding area. All over here, the team will collect samples. He'll begin to place flags. You can see in his backpack, he's got a couple flags waving in the breeze. Those will be placed at areas of interest for our team members to sample once they arrive and begin those recovery operations. Victoria is now appearing to take out her thermal and gas reading devices. She's taking an initial thermal reading of that SRC as we speak, looking for it to be at an operational temperature of around 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Lockheed Martin Safety is performing hazardous environment assessments.
And you just heard that confirmation. So she is performing that hazardous environment assessment, checking the thermal temperature of that SRC, as well as taking any kind of gas readings to make sure that we are at safe operational levels. She is also leading over. This is Victoria team from Lockheed Martin. Stu continues to sweep the area around her for the safe operation of our recovery crew members. There are several nozzles, valves around the SRC, and so once Victoria has the clear to approach, she'll actually open up some of those valves and insert a gas reading device within to actually take some temperatures. And you can see off to the left of your screen, Stu Wiley is actually safing and stowing away that parachute that helped take us the last leg of the journey. It's great news that that disconnected from the SRC, that allowed our SRC to rest as it is now here on the surface of the Utah Test and Training Range. It appears with minimal dragging.
Recovery operations. Oscar is safing and storing the main parachute.
So Stu is going to get that parachute stowed, placed away, as Victoria is front and center on your screen, beginning to take some of those gas readings to make sure that we are not outgassing any kind of noxious chemicals that could be present from that battery heating up within the SRC. And Stu is walking back to the team with that parachute. So the SRC battery is comprised of lithium disulfide, and as such, the possibility of toxic vapors exists if the battery packaging has been damaged during entry or landing. Discharging could cause a potential presence of hydrogen sulfide from those batteries heating up, or carbon monoxide. And so that is why Victoria initially had her gas mask on. It appears she has now actually taken it off, so it appears that the gas readings indicate nominal conditions.
Recovery operations. Lockheed Martin Safety has confirmed no hazardous gas.
And you just heard that confirmation, so the safety assessment is successful. Victoria has confirmed that with her gas readings and thermal measurements of the SRC. They'll then go back over, Stu and Victoria, for a team huddle to prepare the rest of the team to begin the recovery operations and actually get this SRC into our clean room here at Dugway and continue the operations. You can see the Lockheed Martin team in the bottom left of your screen, just overjoyed with this moment. This is years of careful planning and preparation leading to this final phase of getting that sample back here to our clean rooms. I'm sure they've been holding their breath all morning, so they're getting closer to finally being able to take another breath and relax as we actually will begin our recovery operations, a key part of today's events. And you might see Victoria approach over and over once again to that SRC to continue to take gas readings. At this point, she appears to be covering up the back shell of that SRC, placing a Teflon cover over. This is where the parachute actually deployed, at the top of the SRC capsule, the sample return capsule rather. She'll also be checking for any possible live voltage. And we'll wrap Kapton tape around the two cut cable ends protruding from the back of the SRC where that parachute deployed. You can see her with that covering as we speak, placing it on the back shell. And she has successfully placed that shielding on the back, that Teflon cover. Stu walking around behind, checking the rest of the scene, walking back with the parachute that he now has safely stowed away. And you'll see Victoria opening up a couple gas valves on the SRC, taking those gas readings. Continue to do this throughout the whole process. She's also placing covers on those gas vents too to prevent any kind of contamination from atmospheric particles, particulates entering into that SRC. She's photographing the scene as well, too. This is to keep careful note of exactly the procedures that she's going through for her team. So the recovery operations will be getting underway shortly now that the team has conducted their initial environmental and safety sweep. Everything appears to be nominal, which is fantastic. We do, in fact, have that SRC on the ground. The rest of the team will be approaching shortly. But for now, back to you, Lauren and Jim.
Wow. Thank you, James.
Oh.
Can you believe it?
OMG. Touchdown for science. What a great day.
For the folks at home, this is a huge deal, and they did it.
For the first time in history, we brought goodies back home from this kind of object in the history of humanity. So this is big.
This is so huge, and we're all breathing a big sigh of relief. Obviously, we're not completely out of the woods here, and we'll be monitoring what's going on and keeping you abreast of everything that's happening. But for now,
wow,
we made it home.
A great job by that Lockheed Martin team,
yes.
safing that craft.
Fantastic work.
What a spacecraft. We have to name her specially.
Yes, absolutely. And that capsule, everything perfect. So while the capsule was making its way to the ground, mission teams
recovery operations, all event covers are in place.
All right, so we're making
good.
progress.
We're making progress.
All right, so while the capsule was making its way to the ground, mission teams in the Colorado control room and the mission ops area here in Utah were, of course, riveted by the live images. These teams have watched and nurtured this mission for more than 7 years of spaceflight, and even longer in terms of construction and design. Gosh, wow, amazing.
11 years since it was selected to fly. What a job, folks.
Just fantastic. Lots happened in 7 years. All right, so let's get an update from where the action started this morning. Sophia, tell us everything.
Okay, firstly, I want to say we are so grateful that the capsule is on the ground and in good hands now. Now, from here, from Wig Mountain, I am overlooking the vast landing zone, which, again, is larger than the state of Rhode Island. So, during that time, listening to James's commentary of the capsule coming through our atmosphere, we're all standing on the edge here, looking and scanning through the sky. But just to give you some context again of where I am, I'm about 4,000 feet up, overlooking a vast, ancient seabed. So the mountains that are peppering along the edges over here, they are very muted colors. It's a beautiful pastel out there. And as we're looking over through the sky, it's hard to see because there's alkaline dust from this ancient seabed. And considering that the capsule has landed on the edge of the landing zone, even though I'm as close as I could possibly be, I didn't see anything over here. I will say I'm a little disappointed, but grateful that that capsule is in the most capable hands it can be, and that is the most important thing out here. So while I didn't see with my eyes myself, we saw it on the screen, and it's still a great day. So back to you, Lauren.
Wow, thank you, Sophia. And thankfully, we got that great image from the NASA helicopter. Wow. Just well done to that team. Thank you for that. So while we're keeping an eye on ongoing operations to prep for the SRC transport, we have a special message from someone who keeps a close eye on the entire manifest of the space agency's travels around the solar system.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations to the OSIRIS-REx team. You did it. You designed it, you built it, and you carried out the first mission to collect a sample from an asteroid. And after a 2-year journey, it has touched down at the Utah desert. It brought something extraordinary, the largest asteroid sample ever received on Earth. It's going to help scientists investigate planet formation. It's going to improve our understanding of asteroids that could possibly impact the Earth, and it'll deepen our understanding of the origin of our solar system and its formation. This mission proves that NASA does big things, things that inspire us, things that unite us.
Recovery operations, we can confirm that the SRC is not breached.
Beyond our reach. And the mission continues with incredible science and analysis going to come. But I want to thank you all for everybody that made this OSIRIS-REx mission possible. It wasn't mission impossible. It was the impossible became possible. Thank you all.
And just as a reminder, we are keeping those operational milestones going, so you will continue to hear that throughout the broadcast. Thankfully, the SRC was not breached. Fantastic, fantastic news. All right, as anyone who pays just even a little attention to modern spaceflight knows, there has been more activity above the planet in recent years than ever before in human history. There are probes like OSIRIS-REx moving around the solar system, observatories looking out into deep space, and satellites closely examining the health and future of our own planet. There are also human explorers, and we are so fortunate to have two of them with us here today. Joining us now are NASA's astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams, scheduled to launch on Boeing's crew flight test aboard Starliner to the International Space Station. Butch and Sunny, thank you for joining us today.
We are honored to be
super
here.
exciting
What a
day.
thrill.
Congratulations.
Absolutely historic. How are you feeling?
Pretty amazing.
It was like, wow, this is what, dreams and imagination is fueled with. This is just amazing. So, it can go from the movies, but this is reality. And we're doing things that people couldn't even believe could happen. It's amazing. Yeah.
And also, I mean, we've both landed under capsule, under parachutes. There's not much better feeling when that parachute opens, I'm telling you. And it was maybe not equal,
obvious.
pretty close to exciting and intense, and that parachute opened, it was thrilling. Absolutely thrilling.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, that is fantastic. One of the things that I think will be really interesting is this, of course, this site is being considered as one of the candidates for the Boeing Starliner crew flight.
Right, and that's actually why we're here. It just worked out in our timing for our training and as we're working on Starliner, that we could come and actually view one of our prime landing sites, which is here at Dugway. And so that's actually what brought us to the area, so we could be here and sharing the experience with you today.
And we see this has gone so well, we are ready to land.
Recovery operations.
That's the place that our flight
The recovery team is performing their
This
safety
is a
huddle.
beautiful place. It's a beautiful day this morning. No wind. I think the capsule just came right down under the chute, and hopefully we'll have a nice soft ride just like this
hope
capsule
so.
too.
Absolutely. And we just got a call out that the recovery team is performing their safety operations. Everything nominal.
So
Fantastic.
you guys will be coming back and maybe someday with samples yourself, brought back by humans.
Indeed.
What do you think about that?
Again, we're in that era of going beyond low Earth orbit now with humans, headed back to Moon and potentially one day to Mars with the Artemis program. And it is a thrilling time, as you mentioned earlier. So much taking place within the solar system, the near solar system now, and it's fascinating. Great time to be in human space.
Awesome.
I think I'd be a little bit nervous to go to an asteroid, so,
Wise woman.
I'm
She's
super
wise.
glad the spacecraft did it, and we'll set the pace and show us how to do it. But
Absolutely.
I think maybe you'll practice a little bit more before we go, because it's
Good idea.
it's a dangerous
sounds good.
environment
Right.
learning about it.
Well,
much
Sunny and Butch, thank you so much for joining us
Oh, we
today.
appreciate
Hopefully
it.
you'll stick around for more of the show.
Yeah,
All right, congratulations,
Thank you,
to
guys.
everybody out
Thank
there.
you
Really
so
appreciate it.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
guys. Good luck with your flight.
If you've just joined us, this is special live coverage of NASA's OSIRIS-REx asteroid sample return mission. You might be thinking, this doesn't look like a typical NASA facility. And it's not. In fact, it's because of the extraordinary capabilities that we find here, that we find ourselves in the Utah desert in the first place. We're coming to you live from Army's Dugway Proving Ground. We've got a video postcard to share that will give you a better sense